Welcome back to the next step. The next step is all about business planning. Right? What you need to do right now is figure out where you're going so that you can get there. And what we do know about your plan, wherever it is that it's wrong. And it will always be wrong. And that's a key learning that you need to understand. This is a key insight that we've learned about business planning over the last 30 years. The old model was sit down, write a business plan, go execute, and a year or two later look at it and go, well, that didn't work. We don't do that anymore. So again, just like that breadth first search I talked about in the last lesson, the idea is to do a little bit of planning, execute it a bit, talk to customers, talk to sales prospects, and find out where their plan is wrong and fix it. That plan will never be complete and never be right. So what we do know is, every plan is flawed, and in order to make it work better, you need some help. Right? You need outside opinions. You need to bounce your ideas off of other people. The more you do that, the better your plan will be. And the more you do that, the more you will understand what the choices are around your plan. So if nothing else, you may walk out of the process you're in with exactly the same plan as you walked in with, but you'll now know why it is the right plan. You'll now know 16 or 20 or 100 other possibilities around that plan and why those are the wrong choices versus the choices you're already making. Right? One way in doing this is not to plan for success. That was kind of the flaw before, was to create the business plan, expect it to succeed, and then look back, again, a year or two later and go, well, that didn't work. Instead, what you should do is a term that I learned a few years ago, which is plan for failure. Expect that your choices are wrong, and in order to take care of that case, think about how you can measure whether or not you're taking the right choice or not. And if you're measuring that on a daily basis, then you'll know really quickly where you're going wrong, and then you'll be able to change your plan accordingly. So that's what plan for failure is about. It's not planning to fail, it's planning expecting that some of your choices are wrong. Kind of a deep thought. Somewhere along that same line is to step back, especially in the early stages of business planning or the early stages of getting into the market, and step back and question the assumptions in your plan. And we'll talk about this later as we go through this, and separating your assumptions from your expectations. There's often in business plans unstated assumptions. I found this in the hundreds of plans I've worked with. Nearly always there's something in there that the entrepreneur's taking for granted. And the more you can find that piece and make it visible, the more you can question it. And the most interesting part is when you find that piece and change it and see what falls out of your plan, you suddenly find that you can take good ideas and turn them into great ideas. And that's really what you're trying to do here. Lots and lots of, it's really easy to find a good idea. Lots of entrepreneurs have good ideas, and yet 90% of startups fail. Right? We're not looking for good ideas. We're looking for great ideas. We're looking for, we're never going to get to perfection, but we're looking for way better ideas than you have right now in terms of, again, anywhere along that spectrum of go-to-market plan, marketing messaging, right customer segment, right operations. Right? All these things can be changed, and they can all go from good to great. Right? And the only way you can do that is to not get stuck on exactly the solution you have today, not get stuck on all your choices you have today, to step back and say, what else could I possibly do? To look at all the possible solutions quickly, vet them out, and try other things.